Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hey, what's up guys? Horror Nights Fan 13 here, and I am finally back doing videos. It's been a while, about 2 months since I've uploaded a video, and that was just like a little PowerPoint video saying, hey, I'm going to November 6th after party HHN, so I'm going to quit my rambling now and just say, today, I'm back. Please, as always, show your support for my videos. I love seeing support. It's been amazing for me. Like, I've been doing this for almost a year, and the amount of support that I've gotten on my channel is insane. Thank you guys so much, and I'm gonna get right into the video. So the first video today, there's probably gonna be 2 videos today. So the first one, I'm just gonna do like a quick little review summary of 2015. You know, talk about mazes briefly and scare zones briefly and all that stuff. Just a brief review because I'm too lazy to do a full review. I wrote a full one on Horror Night Nightmares, so if you want to go find that, go for it. But I'm going to start off going through the 6 mazes, going from my least favorite to my most favorite, and then I will go through scare zones, and then I'll talk about the terror tram as well as the show. So, mazes. Starting off, my 5th favorite maze. Oh wait, no, not 5th. Sorry, my 6th favorite maze. I had weird notes on here. Okay, so my 6th favorite maze, which is actually number 5. You'll know why. It's Monday. Alright, it was AVP, Alien vs. Predator. The only reason that I put this as my least favorite is because I've seen this maze 7 times. 7 times I've been through this maze. 4 times in 2014, and then 3 times 2015. It was exactly the same each time. Got very repetitive, very boring. It was a good maze all in all, but got a little boring. And I gave that a 2 out of 5 total for this year. I mean, it is like a 4 out of 5, but it's a 2 out of 5 just because it's carbon copy. Maze number 4. 4th favorite maze. This is the End 3D. Not very high up, but it was a lot of fun. I did not have insanely high hopes for this maze, but wasn't really let down or disappointed. It was fun. It was comedic. I had a couple good laughs. Characters were really on their game when I went for the after party. Yeah, pretty much it. All I have to say. I gave it a 2 out of 5 as well. It's just could have been done better, or just not at all. And 3rd favorite maze would be The Walking Dead, Wolves Not Far. The longest maze supposedly. It was long, but all the black transition hallways made it feel really short, so didn't feel like the longest maze ever. The scares were really good. The living and the dead, both characters were amazing. I loved the maze. Big fan of the show, so it was nice to see another season come back to life and have this be a good maze at Halloween Horror Nights. Number 2. 2 mazes are tied for number 2. Maze number 1 that is tied for number 2 is Insidious, Return to the Further. The other one, Crimson Peak, Maze of Madness. I'm going to talk about Insidious, Return to the Further first. I love the Insidious series. It was one of my favorite, like, modern horror series. I love everything done with... Sorry, excuse me. Had some pizza before this, so it's, hurt my throat. Alright, yeah, Insidious. I love the movies, and it was amazing to see all 3 of them put together into one maze, and basically one-up the 2013 version of it. It was great, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 because it was pretty freaking perfect. All the scares were on point. The sets were really good. The black hallways kind of messed with it for me, but I didn't mind that much after going through it several more times. But it was great. I loved it. Then Crimson Peak. Oh, man. Crimson Peak was absolutely beautiful. It was visually stunning. I got a lot of good scares in that maze as well. It was just very well put together. One of the most beautiful mazes I've seen. The most beautiful maze I've seen since La Llorona 2012. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Crimson Peak. Maze of Madness. And that leaves one final maze as number 1. and that can only be Halloween, Michael Myers Comes Home. Now, this was my highest anticipated maze of the year. I was not let down in the slightest. It was amazing. It was insanely scary. I went through it a total of 5 times throughout the season, and every time some new scare got me. Something that I didn't see. Always the little freaking trick-or-treaters coming out from the bushes or the trees or anywhere. They would always get me. Probably my favorite experience going through this maze, I have 2. One, on the first night I went, October 10th, John Murdy was actually working in that maze. And the second time I went through that night, he was working during that time, so I got to be scared by John Murdy. So that was pretty cool. As well as November 6th, when I went for the after party, there was like nobody there that night. So when I went for that, I pretty much went through Halloween solo. And when you go through a maze solo, you are the target. They don't have anyone else in your group to scare. They all train on you, and it was probably one of the coolest experiences for that maze. Gave it a 5 out of 5. Sets were great. Actors were on fire. It was just probably my favorite maze I've ever seen at Halloween Horror Nights. And now I'm going to get into scare zones and the rest of it. Now we're on to the scare zones. So I'm going to start with my least favorite scare zone, and then I'll move up the list. So my least favorite scare zone was Corpse. Reused idea from 2014. Yeah, 2014. Reused idea. It was cool. Costumes looked really cool. The actors were either lacking and just kind of wandering, or they were like on point, but never really a good experience for me in the scare zone. I do have to say it was really funny on October 10th. I did not get out of the park until after closing, so I missed the chainsaw chase out and all that stuff. However, I did see like 3 guys hauling from Corpse, and I don't know why they were running. And then I turned around and I saw 3 or 4 of the characters from Corpse chasing after them all through the park. So that was pretty funny to see those guys like really committed for that. So props to those guys. Third favorite scare zone is Purge Urban Nightmare. It was a great scare zone, honestly, and it would have to be one of my favorites because, I mean, there's only 4, so I have to put it lower. But it was great. Purge used the backlot amazingly. I would have loved to have some chainsaws on the backlot, but I don't think that would be possible. Oh well, it made the anarchy feel real. It was great. Scares were really intense. The fog was thick, and then the anarchy characters would get right up in your face, and you were just, boom. They got you immediately. Now, my second favorite scare zone would be Dark Christmas. I'll go through all the scare zones afterwards and give a rating because I already forgot to do that for Corpse. Dark Christmas would be my second favorite, just because it's kind of it's an old concept. We saw it in 2014. It was amazing. We brought it back for 2015. Still was amazing. I love the Krampus legend, and it was just a very well done scare zone. Characters were on point as always in this zone. And now I'm going to go to my favorite scare zone this year and possibly of all time. That would be Exterminators. This is my highest anticipated scare zone, I believe, as well. And because I have a fear of rats, I was not looking forward to it. However, when I saw it, the opening ceremony was just so intense and up in your face, and it was, I loved it. And the rat masks and everything in that scare zone. The costuming looked amazing. The characters, if they weren't chasing some people around with the chainsaws, they were standing there making jokes or mocking the people who were terrified of them. I saw them bait a girl out of a shop and sit there and play patty cake with her. And then 4 or 5 other guys came up and swarmed her with chainsaws. These guys had a lot of fun with their job, you can tell. It's my favorite scare zone. The costuming looked great, and the characters brought it all together. So, now to rate the scare zones, Corpse gets a 3 out of 5. Purge Urban Nightmare gets a 5 out of 5. Dark Christmas, 5 out of 5. And Exterminators, 5 out of 5. Really good year for scare zones. And now I'll get into talking about the Terror Tram and the show. Alright, so I'll start off with Terror Tram, Survive the Purge. It was good. Wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but it was good. Every Terror Tram is going to feel the same because it's the same route. You're walking the same route. There's just different themed people each time. But I liked the Purge concept. It was really cool. The characters seemed to really like it. I was expecting a little bit more. It could have been used better. Like, oh, hey, we're taking you out for a backlot tour. Oh, wait, Purge is going on. Get the hell off my tram. That was what I was hoping for, but guess they didn't do that. But hey, I'm not creative director, so can't win them all. I give that a 3 out of 5 as well, just because it was decent. Could have been better. And now on to the show that I was very opposed to in the first place, Jabbawockeez. I loved the show, actually. It was a lot of fun. I saw it both times I went, on October 10th and November 6th. It was a lot of fun. The dancers, they're really good. I'm not one for like rap music or modern music that they use. As you see, I'm wearing an Islander shirt. That's a new metal band. But hey, I was jamming. It was fun. You know, hit the whip, nene, all that stupid stuff that all the youths are into nowadays. But yeah, that was pretty much, I loved it. It was fun. The dancing was good. It was a cool story to follow. Yeah. Unfortunately, on November 6th, I was not able to, you know, they advertised the Jabbawockeez meet and greet, but I couldn't find where to meet them, so I did not get to meet the Jabbawockeez. Oh well, I met John Murdy. Doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm giving that a 5 out of 5 for the show because it was amazing. And out of 2015, I'm going to give this year a 95 out of 100. This was probably my favorite year. The only thing that takes off those 5 points is just no VIP. That's my only, like, sorrow for this year. However, I was still able to complete everything. Insidious, I did a total of 4 times this season. Halloween would be 5 times. Crimson Peak, 3. Yep, this is the end, 3. The Walking Dead, 3. Alien vs. Predator, 3. So that was the amount of times I completed everything this season. It was my favorite year by far. I have high hopes for 2016. And with that, I'm going to close this video and say thank you so much for watching. Please, as always, show your support. You know, you can like. If you want to, you can leave a comment. Just say, like, whatever you want to say. Like, if you agree with me on something about 2015, disagree, whatever. I don't care. Comment. I'll most likely comment back because I have no life and spend most of my life on YouTube. And if you want to keep up with my further videos, you can subscribe if you want to. I really want to hit 100 subscribers. I know I'm only about 9 away, so if you did subscribe and you're new to the channel, thank you so much. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at HHNFan13 and Instagram, which I have not used, but I'm thinking about using it, at Horror Nights Fan 13. If you follow me both on those, I will follow you back because it's the least amount of thank you guys I can do, because you guys really, like, I couldn't do this if it wasn't without you guys. I would not have my, I wouldn't have the balls to do it if you guys hadn't shown me the amount of support that you have. So thank you so much, and I'm going to quit my rambling, and after this video, take care.